wait. Hold on. What did you say? Yeah. What you say? Ooh, that you only meant well. Well, of course you did. What you say? Jason Derulo. Ooh, and it's all for the best. Of course it is. I feel like, was that even good? Well, obviously it wasn't good, but we're having to start with that. I was singing Talk Dirty. Got lipstick stamps on my passport. I think I need a new one. Been around the world, don't speak the language, but your booty don't need explaining. All I really need to understand is when you talk dirty to me. Oh my god, that song is so that song gets me going. Okay. Well, the reason okay, wait. Okay. Met a friend in Rio. Okay. Hey you guys. Welcome back to the Buzz with Beth. And I know what you're thinking. Is she wearing little shorts? I am. And they're doing that really weird thing. This is one thing I hate about shorts. Because I hate when they like fold up the hem. And then they don't stitch it. They just fold it and they sell it to you like that. And they're like, it'll stay like that forever. No, it won't, because now it's like at the end and it doesn't want to do anything. Okay? And my shorts are ruined. I'm honestly not even sure these are my shorts, to be completely honest with you. This isn't even my shirt. This is my mom's shirt. And I was like, can I wear it on the pod? She's like, yes, you can wear whatever you want. Because my mother's giving. Anyway, but what I was going to say was about Jason Derulo. Okay, I'm starting the podcast talking about this because it was awesome. Okay, yesterday was one of the best days of my life. Yesterday was one of the best days of my life. It was like everything that could go right. Like everything was falling into place so beautifully. It was amazing. Yesterday, I went to a Jason Derulo concert with my sister. It was literally 10 out of 10 amazing. It was really awesome. Probably one of the loudest concerts I've been to. I think it was the loudest concert I've been to. Because it was just like the speakers were so loud. Even Jason Derulo himself, he was like, whoa. It was crazy. But let me tell you the story of how this went down. Yo, editing Beth here. Okay. So I feel like it's really echoing in here. Okay. I spent like 20 minutes discussing this, and it wasn't even that interesting. So I'm gonna redo it now. Okay. So basically, I didn't even think the concert was going to happen at this point because the venue had already been changed. It was really weird, like, and then switching our seats and like all this stuff. It was just like a really weird situation, and I don't completely understand it, but they changed the venue. Weird things were happening. And I guess it's like they didn't have the ticket sales, which I know what you're thinking. People don't want to see Jason Derulo? I don't know. I wanted to see Jason Derulo, and that's all that matters. And I did, so. But here's the thing. The tickets were free. It was free to go. I don't know what the deal was. Or maybe, like, where it was supposed to be. I don't know. But, like, honestly, the turnout was not as big as I thought it was going to be. And that made me really, really, really sad. I almost cried. But later, more people came, so it was really packed. But like, you guys, I don't know what is up with people. It's like they don't want to have any fun. It's like they think they're too good to have fun. And that's something I learned at this Jason Derulo concert, because obviously, like, the people who went, 99% of them were like, yes, concert, awesome, yay, awesome, because they, have a lick of sense, And the key thing here is that, like, it was at my university. University students got in for free. It was a free concert to us. So why would you go if you didn't want to? Like, let's think about that for a second. Why would you go if you didn't want to? And I'll tell you why I bring this up. Because this little idiot that was sitting next to my sister and I, he sat in his chair the whole time like this. Mad the entire show. Hey, maybe leave, because your negative energy is affecting my good night. And here's the thing. His girlfriend was there. We think it was his girlfriend. She was trying so hard to have a good time, but he was being such an awful person that she was, like, trying to compensate for. Like, it was the worst. I just wanted to grab her by the shoulders and shake, like the Arctic Monkey song, and be like, leave this dude. Because the guys, life is too short. It's just, life is too short to be with someone who's going to ruin your good night, who won't even dance with you at a concert. Are you kidding me right now? He wouldn't even dance with her at a concert. Like, does anyone... I just, like, scratched myself on the wall. I don't know how I managed. Anyway, it was, like, a whole thing. But I was just, like, the lesson here is y'all deserve better than someone who isn't even going to dance at a concert. And here's the thing that really breaks my heart about the situation, because this is like a concert, you know, this is like an exciting event. And now in the future, when you look back on this exciting event, you're not going to think about about all the fun you had. You're not going to think about how good of a show it was. You're going to think about how the guy that you were with wouldn't even dance with you and made a stink the whole night. That guy single-handedly ruined her night. And that made me so angry. And there were some other people who had kind of that same attitude. And it was like, hey, here's a funny thought. Leave. You don't want to be here? Leave. There's no incentive for you to be here. It was a free show. That's the thing. That's what got me so bad. Now, aside from that, the show was awesome. The show was awesome. So I don't even know what these people had going on in their skull. Probably nothing. Probably empty up in there. Empty. But it was such an amazing show because you could tell Jason Derulo put his entire heart into that performance. You could tell. And he can dance. We knew he could sing because he had... Hey, if you create Talk Dirty and Want Me, we know you're talented. But he can really groove. And obviously he can. He's like a renowned dancer. But like, yeah, for good reason. He can really groove. And you could tell he put a lot into the performance, like he really wanted to be there, and I really appreciated that. And here's another thing. This is the first time I've ever experienced something like this. He did something really, really, really cool that I really admire and appreciate. He brought our trumpet marching band onto the stage to play the trumpets when he sang trumpets. And I thought that was really, really cool because from what I have gathered, we know my program was cut. It wasn't the only program that was cut. They also cut a lot of the music stuff at our school. And so I thought him bringing them up there and shining some light onto them was a really nice thing to do. And he said some very, very nice things about our trumpets and our music department and all the, what's in my hair? Okay, all the people who he brought up to perform, like our music. He said such nice things about it. And honestly, like, he gave like a little speech at the end. I was like, he's really nice. It was such a good time. And I'm just like, but the people who like sat there the whole night just like they were too good for it, leave. Because I don't want you disturbing my aura and energy, okay? Your negative energy is affecting me, okay? Get out. And it's just like, I don't know why people are so gosh darn boring all of the time. Oh, God, it really peeved me off. I mean, guys, here's a lesson. You do not need to center yourself around boring people. Go out into the world and do fun things, okay? Because here's the thing. People who are boring are going to stay boring, okay? They lack any sort of talent. They can't even muster up the excitement to be at a show. I mean, hollow in there. It just peeved me off. I don't know. And I just really saw it. Like, and my sister and I, we actually go to a lot of events on campus. Like, if they have a performance, we go. And it's like, people don't, like, they think they're too good to have a good time. And it's just so weird. It's like, you could die tomorrow and you're going to spend your time on earth just being boring and thinking you're too cool to have fun, thinking it's cringe to have a good time. What kind of life is that? I don't know. Just things to think about, you guys. Just things to think about. Food for thought, I guess. Speaking of food, God, I'm hungry. Do you like this cinematic scene I got? Look at that. Oh, street light. Oh, you want to know a story? I went on a school trip once and we were like staying in a hotel and we were in a city. And I looked out the window and I said, oh my God, look at all the city lights. And this girl goes, those are street lights. And my sister goes, well, we're in the city, aren't we? Because here's the thing, my sister's always going to have my back. And I think about that a lot. And the girl that said that, God, you know what? She was a party pooper too. The world is full of them. The world is full of party poopers. And here's what you do. Flush. You just flush. Flush the party pooper because you don't need it. And also, like, this is kind of aside from the concert itself, I looked really good. Like, I looked so good that it was almost... It took me aback myself. I posted some photos from the day of. I looked so good. I was breathtaking. I don't know what it was in the air. I looked so good. It was something that was really, I mean, the way I looked yesterday was so magical and beautiful. I was irresistible. I don't know what it was. I looked so good. Like, I could have walked the Victoria's Secret stage. I could have done it, and I would have stole the show. And I'm saying that with my full chest. I looked so good yesterday. Um, and that's just a little bit about me. But yeah, it was awesome. Yesterday was awesome. But before that, um, before we even went to the concert, we went downtown. Like our downtown is like walking distance from our college campus, so we just like walked downtown and we ate at this little restaurant that we love. And we ate there and we are like, oh, speaking of, they had the best ham I think I've ever had. I don't know, because Honey Baked Ham Company, they're going neck and neck right now. This was some of the best ham, you guys. I don't even know what was up. It was so good. It was such good ham. Anyway, but after we ate, we were like, I could go for a little sweet treat. And I didn't remember. I was like, I could go for a sweet treat, and Brooke was like, yeah, me too. So we were like, let's go get some cookies. And so we were gonna go get some cookies. We were gonna go walk over to the cookie place. And as we were walking, we just happened to walk by this little vintage store that we had never heard of before. We like been going here for nearly 4 years, never heard of this place. And we're like, huh? When did this get here? And we look in, and then it's this girl around our age, and we're like, are you open? And she's like, oh yeah, we're open. I'm just cleaning. And so we go in, we start to look around. You guys, this is one of the coolest places we've ever been to. Like, this was one of the coolest places. It was like vintage stuff that you would actually want to buy. Like, it was right up my alley. They had those little troll dolls. I love those. I want one so bad. They had cool clothes, like really, really cute clothes, DVDs, vinyls, sweat. Like, it was everything you could want, or anything I could want at least. And I have to go get. I am like broke as all broke could be, but I saw something and I was like, if I don't get this now, I will never find it again. This is a once in a lifetime thing. If I have to get this. I have to get this. My sister and I, we both went in on it. We had to split it between cash and card. Let me go get it. Get ready for this. Get ready to see this, you guys. I have it behind my back because it's that exciting that I can't even show it to you yet. You guys. Oh, okay. What I'm about to show you is one of the coolest things I've ever spent my money on. And as far as like getting things at antique stores or vintage stores or whatnot goes, this is probably the most expensive thing I've ever bought, because I kind of operate on a like $5 basis for the most part. I rarely spend a lot of money because I have standards. In recent memory, the most expensive things have been this red gold car, which was $20. I think the I Love Lucy sign was like maybe $50. Maybe. I don't spend a lot because, one, I don't have the money, and two, I'm just like, I don't know if it's worth that. But this was so expensive. This was so expensive. It was $80, and which is expensive for me, but I had to have it. I had to have it, or I thought I was gonna die. And if you know me, and you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you'll know how much this means to me. And I'll show you what I got in 3, 2, 1. Boom! Look at this. For audio listeners, what I have in my hand is the complete series DVD set of the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Now, guys, I'm gonna tell you something. This was $80. Usually, like, if you try to look this stuff up, it'll be like one season is like $80 because it's that rare. This was $80 for the complete series. This is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. Well, I don't know. Being born was pretty cool, but this is probably a close second to being born, because I graced the world when I was born. This is like, seriously, like, I mean, you have to get into this for a second, because what are we doing? Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so cool. Oh, Lord, have mercy on my soul. Okay. I really need y'all to get into this because this is something serious to me. This is actually something really serious to me. This right here is actually something really serious to me, and I need y'all to get into it. This like show, I'm not even guys, I got to tell you. This show means everything to me. It's my favorite show of all time, and I think it shaped me into who I am today. When my mom turned this on for the first time, I was 11 years old, and I remember I was 11 cuz I was in 6th grade because I was doing Wordly Wise, which is like word stuff. I don't know. I remember I was literally probably sitting right where I am right now, except there was like a huge couch in here and I was actually sitting on a mattress we'd placed on the ground. I remember it so vividly, and I remember hearing the theme song. Oh my god. You gonna know, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all. Do, 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 do. I love how I was like, I can hear it now, and I couldn't tell you a single word. And then she throws her hat up, and I want one of the hats. I want a replica of the hat, and I would wear it all the time. I would wear it all the time. It's just like, I don't know. The fact that I found this, I'm just like shocked. The fact that they even had it, I'm shocked. I don't know where this came from. I gotta tell you. It says made in Mexico. Are they like making a bunch of these in Mexico? Because if so, I gotta make a trip, you guys. I'm trying to get them all. But like, I don't know. I do not know where they found this because, and listen, I've searched. I have never found it ever. And I remember, actually, this just brought up a memory. I remember when they still had, like, they would regularly sell DVDs in Walmart, and, like, they had, like, a real section dedicated to it, and it was, like, one of those swivels, and they'd have all these DVDs, and it would be, like, complete series sets. I remember, because we got so many movies from there, and I remember getting the Big Bang Theory complete series from that. I remember getting Gilmore Girls. Oh my god. What else? I think King of Queens probably from that. Or maybe we thrifted that. I don't know. We got that somewhere. Ugh. That's really some memories. I grew up on DVD. I grew up on DVD. And you know what else? I used to have a Dora. You can get these on eBay, but don't you all do it because I'm trying to get me one myself. I had a Dora TV. It was Dora themed. The TV was. It was red and Dora. And they sell them on eBay and I want one. I've actually posted about it before. If you like scroll back on my feed, it's in there because I really want one. Anyway, but I'm like, dude, where can I put this? Where can I put this? Okay, we'll put it right here. I'm just like, that's seriously one of the coolest things I've ever found. And the fact that they had it, I was like, whoa. And the girl working there was so, so, so nice. She helped us get it out. I didn't want to get it myself because it was like, the way they had the DVDs stacked is they were like lined up like this, like vertically. And then on top of that, they had them stacked horizontally, like a bunch of them. And this was like underneath all of it. And I was like, I could like really foresee me like trying to pull it out and then everything coming down, and I didn't want to be that person, so I had her help. I had to get her help to do it. I just didn't want to break something, you know. That wasn't me. But just to like tell you guys how rare this is. This was $80. They had probably like 200 like DVDs there going for like $3 a piece. And this was 80. Like, that's how rare this is. Like, this is like seriously something. This is actually something. This is like, I wonder how much they actually go for. Because I don't even think I'll be able to find it because I don't think these like hardly even exist. Okay. It's actually looking like they're cheaper everywhere else. So, um, well, you know, at least we know this has never been used because it's still in the wrapper. So that says something. You know what? I don't even care. I don't even care. I'm glad I have it. It's mine. It's mine. Anyway, but yeah. Guys, I'm just like living my best life. I can sit like this now, by the way. Like with my legs crossed. And I used to not be able to do that. Oh my god, y'all want to know something? Okay, so I'm wearing shorts, which I don't really do on here often, but I am. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I have 2 bruises right here on my knee. I feel the need to address it. I don't know where they came from. If I had to guess, I think I probably nicked my knee on a pool table, but I just don't know. Because here's the thing, I'm very clumsy, but I do not bruise easily, so I don't know where they came from. but, like, it looks like I hit something and, like, I don't know. Let me tell you guys what I've been up to the past 2 weeks. I've recently really, 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 really got into playing pool again. I say again, but it's not like I was really playing it before. I would play it maybe occasionally, like, maybe once a year. Like, if there was a pool table and I had the ability to go play, I'd probably, like, play a game. Um, but, like, I also wasn't around pool tables very much. I have my own stick. So does my sister, because we got those when I was, like, in middle school because they used to have a billiards place here. It closed down because things I enjoy usually end up that way. So we got a stick for that when I was in middle school. And then after that, I would play occasionally. Like, if I went on a trip and they had a pool table, I'd play. But there just really aren't many around that I can go to because they're in bars and I can't get into bars because I'm 20 and not 21. That's really the situation. Um, and also, like, I don't know, I guess I just wasn't playing, but I really do like to play. But then recently, I was like, I don't know what came over me, but I was like, I really want to play. And so we have one in my dorm, but it is hot. It's in the basement. It is hot down there. And I don't play about the heat. So I went to this other building where they have one, and it is that's a rough one. It's rough. That's a rough pool table. It's like destroyed. It's all duct taped. I posted a video about it. You can see what it looks like. It's on my TikTok. It is duct taped. Like, all of the pockets are destroyed. The table itself, like, the cloth is coming up. It is, like, seriously a destroyed table. But I've been playing on it, and they had a stick. Not this past week, but the week before, they had a stick, a cue stick that I was playing with. But the bud on top, like that little wood piece, had come off, probably from, like, people hitting too hard with it or overuse. So really, I was just playing on a bud of plastic. Um, but hey, maybe that's good for, like, form. I don't know. I was playing on that. Is that even, like, hold on. No. Sorry. But so I was playing on that for that week, and then I came back home and I was like, let me grab my actual, like, cue stick, which is a really nice one. Thank you, Daddy. He got me that. He got that for me. And so I've been playing with that now, so it's good. And I go back to the school to go play, and I see the cue stick. Someone had taken it, and they bent it over their knee and snapped it in half. I could tell. I could just tell it was a kind of knee movement. I could tell. Yeah, they broke the stick in two. I'll put up a photo of it. I'm just actually going to show you guys the video that I sent my dad of the cue stick. But also, I'm back in the dorm now in cute little PJs. And also, Brooke and I, she's crazy lights. Also, we got Pizza Hut. So that's on the way. All I want to say is that it's a good thing I brought my own stick, as this one is in two pieces now. But this is what I was playing on. And, like, they have destroyed this place. And it's not even like they just, like, been playing a lot. Like, people have been playing around with it. It's not that. It's that they just vandalized it. And they destroyed it. But now, because there's not a stick, no one goes in there now. I've noticed, like, no one can play because no one has a cue stick other than, like, me. Most people who casually play don't have their own stick. But because I have one, I'm, like, the only one who goes in there now. So I've been playing. And this is something that happened to me. You know, I honestly, between you and I, for the most part, I'm pretty much a loner. I really am. It's just who I am. I used to not be that way, but recent years I've kind of just ended up, I like to be alone. And I've spoken about this before. And when I'm playing pool, it's pretty much a leave me alone situation. Unless, like, we're actually friends. You know, like, I'll play with my sister, right? Well, I'm in there the other night. This was, like, Tuesday, I think it was. I was playing in there, and it was, like, 8 o'clock maybe. I was just playing. I was having a good time, and this guy walked in. And mind you, no one really goes in there. I was the only one in the room, but then this random guy walked in, and he sits down at one of the tables. You know, I don't care. I'm in the zone. I'm just playing. And I'm listening to my 80s music because it kind of puts me in the mood to play pool. I don't know. I just kind of, like, I get a vibe, you know. Anyway, and then I hear him, like, mumble something, and I know he's talking to me. And so I take my J Labs out, and I'm like, huh? And he goes, "You trying to play with somebody?" No, I'm not. I'm really not. Please don't ask me again. Obviously, I didn't say that because I have no spine. So I'm like, oh, I guess he wants to play. Um, so sure, I'll let him play. Does he come with his own stick? Nope. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that's actually weird. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that's actually weird. Let me get into the story and why I think this is weird now. Hold on, wait. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, I still have my Easter decorations. Oh, I just hit my head. I still have my Easter decorations up. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell this. I muted it. Sorry. I'm just gonna tell the story now. Um, so he asks, he's like, you trying to play with somebody? Well, buddy, I wasn't, but since you asked and I had no spine, yeah, we can play a game. He doesn't have a stick. And here's the thing about that. I don't know where your grubby little hands have been. I don't want you handling my cue stick. But there's not another stick there, so we're sharing a stick. And he's like, I'm not that good. I haven't played in so long. Meanwhile, he has a pool glove. And that's why I'm starting to think this situation is weird because obviously they don't have any sticks in there because they're broken. And so I'm like, why did he show up with a glove if they're to play but he doesn't even have his own cue stick? Unless I mean, like, maybe he thought they still did have some. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't honestly that part doesn't matter. Whatever. I'm just gonna continue. So we start to play. And I just don't like his vibe. I'll be honest. I don't like his vibe. He seemed kind of chill at first, like it really wasn't that big of a deal. But then he started speaking, and that's where things tend to go downhill. Um, but he starts talking, and one of the first things he says, ugh, God, I'm sick just thinking about it. Okay, he's like, "So you got a boyfriend? Any guys you like on campus?" No, not quite. So I know where this is going. I tell him no, and I'm not looking for anything either. I'm very forward because guys, I've really turned a new leaf. I'm starting to just tell people things. Like I'm not mean, but like I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Um, However, I should have told him that I didn't want to play with anybody, but that I felt that would have been a mean thing to say. But he was like, "You got a boyfriend? Any guys you like on campus?" I said no, and I'm not looking for anything either. And I was trying to keep the conversation casual and like not escalate it to like him asking me more questions about my dating life. But I think I just went about it wrong. I don't know. I was like, "What about you? Any girls that you like?" And he was like, no, whatever, talking all weird, like I don't know. And we were playing and stuff, and he started being like, he was obviously hitting on me, and that was not my vibe. I was not trying to do that on a Tuesday night. Um, I don't know if he thought like I don't know what. Honestly, I don't know what he thought. Let's just go with that. I don't know what he thought. And actually, I think the real problem is that he wasn't thinking at all. I don't know. But then he started playing bad. Or well, let's just be honest, he really wasn't that good in the first place. Um, but then he was like, "It's all this girly stuff. Like girls can't play pool." Stop right there, sir. You're being weird now. Why are you saying things like that? Why are you saying things like that? I have a stick in my hand. I'm not afraid to use it. I'm not afraid to use it. I'm gonna whack you with it. I'm not gonna do that. But like, would have I thought about it? He was like, I'm just playing about all this girly stuff. All this girly stuff. The girls can play pool. And I was like, all right, well. Way to kill the vibe. um, but just kind of being like awful, that was kind of his thing, saying like girls, a pool isn't a place for girls. Yeah, don't say that to me. Anyways, I beat him twice. And then he wants to play one more game. And don't you love that? He was like, girls can't play pool. I beat him twice. I have to restate that. I beat him twice. He sucked. He really wasn't that good. He wanted to play a third round, okay? And I was like, I'll beat him again, whatever. I thought. Then he kind of threw a curveball in there. He goes, I beat him again. And he goes, now I'm gonna cut you a deal. If I win this next one, I get your number. I said, why? Why? And he's like, to text you? Duh. And I was like, look, I'm really not looking for anything. And he was like, it's not like that. I just want to text you. Dude, hey, I'm not stupid. I know you think I am over your previous comments. But I'm not, and I don't want your number. But I'll be honest with you guys, back to me not having a spine. I don't know what to say in situations. I think that's part of growing up is you just learn how to handle situations. This one was a first for me. I've never been in a situation like that where he's like, I win, I get your number. First of all, no, you don't. No, you don't. I don't owe you anything. Funny concept, huh? I just did not care for his vibe. But then after that, we played another round because I was scared to leave. I just didn't know what to do. And obviously I lost because I was like uncomfortable after that. And so yeah, he did win. And I guess he thought he was going to get my number, but I'll be honest with you guys, I packed up my stuff so fast and ran out of there. I was out of there so fast. Dude, you couldn't have even blinked. Anyway, I called my parents about it, and they were like, well, he was obviously flirting with you in the worst way possible. And I was like, I got that. But my mom was very adamant in saying, do not let this deter you. Do not let his nasty little comments deter you from doing something you love. Okay, he's irrelevant. And that's true, you guys. And I want to spread this doctrine onto you guys. I'm going to indoctrinate you. Just because people are weird and they try to bring you down and like poop on your parade does not mean you have to let them. And I think part of getting older is really like obviously you could say that, but to actually put that ideology into action is a completely different thing. And so, I'm not going to let him being like mean and saying girls can't play pool get me down, because I'll tell you what, he said it and then I beat him twice. So you know what? It really doesn't matter, because the truth of the matter is I'm awesome. And I totally hustled him, because I kind of did though. I really did hustle him, because at first I was like, darn, missed that pocket. And then I totally screwed him over and won. It was great. And I loved every second of it. And that's what I've been doing. Every time someone offers to play, I kind of pull that same move. Whatever. I start out really bad and then I like win in the end. And I feel like it feels very cinematic, and I'm really loving that for me. Anyway, but like it's not gonna get me down. And I'm not gonna let this weird guy who said weird things to me stop me from going and enjoying myself, because the truth is life's just too short to let some weirdo get in the way of my good time. And that, like, just because he's dull doesn't mean I can't be glittery. You know what I mean? And I literally always say, be glittery. Even if your life depends on it. Even if the entire world that is around you is dull and monochrome, be glittery. Because you have to. You just have to. I believe that. Like, in order to be happy in this life, I just have to continue being my glittery self. And actually, my professor said that to me the other day. She was like, this was really awesome. My poetry professor, she said something so nice to me. She said two things that like literally almost made me cry. A few weeks ago, she was like, you are like, if your writing is like if Taylor Swift and Sylvia Plath had a conversation, that conversation would be you. Like, I was like, if Sylvia Plath and Taylor Swift had a baby, and I was like, guys, my jaw unhinged like a snake. It was awesome. And then this week she said something I've really grown to love about Bethany's work is that she can have all of these emotions and be furious in all of her work and do all of that and still be like this very glittery person who loves ladybugs and loves life. And I was like, this is, hey, the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me in my entire life. And I have just been riding that high ever since. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Just because some weird guy tries to knock me down, ew. The last thing I'm going to do is let some weirdo get me out of being happy. Ew. But I've been super into pool lately, you guys. I have been loving it. And I'm really trying to get better because I think I'm actually okay at it. I mean, I have been beating a few people. But after that happened, I was like, maybe I should play with somebody. And so I do have a friend. So we've been playing together and she's awesome and I love playing with her. That's been really fun. We hung out twice and played. So that's been really fun. And I'm just having a good time now, And back to what I was saying, I did say earlier, like, I'm a big loner. Which I am. I am a big loner. I'm trying to get out of it a little bit because I do like being alone, but I don't think it's good to be alone all of the time. And so I'm trying to kind of get out of it and be more outgoing. And now that I'm transferring, I really don't have anything to lose. I think that's kind of changed my mindset a little bit. Like, I am transferring and I kind of want to make the best of it. And I guess on some part of it, I really don't care what I do anymore because I'm transferring anyway. So I'm trying to hang out with more people and just be more outgoing. And honestly, guys, I feel like I'm really coming into my own. Like, I'm hustling guys in pool. I'm hanging out with friends. I'm going to things. Like, I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm, like, fearless. And that has been so, like, such an amazing feeling. And I've been so just excited about life. I don't know. I've just been having a good time. And I'm going to continue having a good time in spite of all the people who want me to be sad and miserable. And I think I'll spend the rest of my life doing that because it brings me a lot of joy and I love being glittery. I love you guys so much. That's kind of what I've been doing lately. Just chilling in Cedar Rapids. But yeah, I love you guys so much. This has been another episode of The Buzz with Beth, and I am your host, Bethany Haven. Sometimes I think, is it I am your host, Bethany Haven, or I was your host, Bethany Haven? I was your host, Bethany. I think it was, but we're like, 58 episodes in now? This will be the 59th, I think. I think it's too late to change it. Maybe part of the charm is that I say it wrong. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Meow.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Dun 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 dun. Rush the city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere. Thank you.